about to go live on Facebook. We are live now. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. It is my absolute pleasure to be here for you guys, to serve you, for us to have an incredible week. Who is ready for an amazing week? Who is ready to do something awesome? Who is ready to tap into the power within them to do whatever it is that they want to do? Because you have the power. By the power of Grayskull! Sorry, that was, what was that? What was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe! I have the power! Do you have the power? How much power do you have? You see, this is my biggest challenge in my life, I believe. And I suppose if I'm being really honest, how many of you would like me to be brutally honest with you? I might as well be, because honesty is the best policy, apparently, so they say. Who are they? My dad actually is one of those people that says that. Write that down. Honesty is the best policy. And what has honesty got to do with power? Pure, genuine power, right? So you know that this machine here, this phone, this computer, these lights, they are plugged into something that gives them power, optimal power. What about you? Would you like more power? My goal for this week is to inspire you to be a better version of yourself. I can't put it any other way than that. How many people, if you just said, listen, all you got to do is put your hand up, and by simply putting your hand up, you can have more power. Power to do more of the things that you want to do, willpower, any type of power. Power to eat a better diet, power to listen more, power to motivate yourself to do the things that you know that you need to do. And if I said, listen, all you got to do is put your hand up. Put your hand up now if you want more power. How many of you? Yes? Okay, so you all want it. But we all know that it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple pushing a button and all of a sudden you've got more power. We would like that. We would like that in a way, but it ain't going to happen because we still haven't figured it out how to make things work literally in the way that some things work that we have created. But we do have the power to change. We do have the power to change. So my goal this week, let me go to my notes, because this is serious. This is how many of you are going to join me here every day this week? 5 days. How many of you are going to do it? 5 days. Give me 15 minutes. 5 times. That's an hour and 15 minutes. How many of you are going to give that? Give it to me. Give it to me. Well, really, you're giving it to yourself. Some of you will. Feel free to share this, by the way, because I can tell you what, the world is absolutely full of people that need to hear this information this week, because you have more power than you know. My biggest frustration in helping people is they just don't realize what they have. They don't realize what they're capable of doing. You don't realize what you're capable. I'm only really now starting to wake up after 47 years, really wake up and really begin to see what I'm capable of. Because you might want to write this down as well. People don't change when you tell them what to do. I mean, we're talking long-term change here. If I told you you had to be here at 7 o'clock every day, you had to be here, you probably go, okay, he sounds quite commanding. He sounds quite a powerful person. I better follow what he says. And you'll follow me. But the rebel inside you will go, oh, well, I didn't, what, hello, the rebel in you, because there's a rebel in you. There's a rebel in you. You know that? The rebel in you that rebels against everything. Well, not everything, rebels against a lot of things. How many of you rebel against authority? The power of authority, because it ain't your power. How many of you used your power to rebel against it? How many of you used your power to rebel at school? How many of you used power to rebel against your parents? How many of you rebelled against the system? Many of us, we have so much power to do so many great things. And if you look at anyone in the world and you ask yourself, how did they become so powerful? Whether it was Mahatma Gandhi, this small little guy, knee-high to a grasshopper, or whether it was Martin Luther King, or whether it was Margaret Thatcher, or whoever it was that decided that, what did they do? What was there? Did they have more power than you? Did they really have more power? So what we're going to do this week is I want to help you understand that power is your capacity to do something in a particular way. So you might want to write that down. Power is your capacity to do something in a particular way. Now, what particular way do you want to do things? I also want to help you to become more aware of where your personal power comes from and when you can kind of turn that on and energize it so that you do more and you feel that you're putting your best efforts into things, and what you can do to increase your personal power. So on a Monday, on whenever we do a particular topic, this is what I really want you to start doing, is to become just more aware of when do you feel most powerful, most alive. For me, and we've explained this before, I'm going to explain this to you again here. This is what we were looking at last week. True power, this is you. This is how we describe. Remember the My 365, the I, that's you. This is you, I. Everyone hit their chest and go, this is I. This is me. Yep, this is you, yeah? I. This is the I in my life. Where does the I go when you go to sleep, by the way? I was watching a program about the mind, and I thought that was really fascinating. The I, this is you. And in life, when you get stressed, you have a choice, right? You have a choice. Massively powerful. If you didn't watch our broadcast last week and you want to change your life, give yourself an hour and 15 minutes. Watch all of those broadcasts. They're on YouTube. They're on the My365 Facebook public page. Some of that information we shared last week, massively powerful. Helping people realize that when you get stressed, you can either take it personally, like this is a personal attack on me, or you can use your personal power to see that opportunity as an opportunity for you to be challenged. I'm being challenged by this. This is the challenge response. Like, I need this stress because I need to do something to use it. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is power. If you look at this, this is the I. This is the I in you. For us, the I comes in what you believe. So this is quite deep for a Monday morning at 7:07 or whatever the time is, to understand that your power comes from what you believe. So if you look at anyone, and these are some people that you've probably never heard of, or maybe some of you have heard of some of these people. Okay, a gentleman called Abraham Joshua Heschel, who was a Jewish theologist, who he escaped Poland. He escaped Poland 2 weeks before the Nazis came in, and he was always looking at why things should be different. He believed in the greatness of human beings, and his beliefs often got him into trouble because a lot of people said, you shouldn't look at the world like that. Eleanor Roosevelt, ever come across Eleanor Roosevelt, the wife of the president? She came up with the Declaration of Human Rights. And many people, John F. Kennedy called her the first lady of the world. Nelson Mandela, the first black president, 27 years in prison. He spent those 28 years in prison to educate himself, to sharpen his capacity as a leader. Jane Addams, she won the Nobel Prize in 1931. She started up the NAACP, which was the National Advancement of Colored People. Can you imagine what these people believed in? I mean, the world is full of people that have extremely strong beliefs. What do you believe? Do you believe in yourself? What gets me up at the ridiculous hours of the morning that I do is I believe in you. But in order for me to believe in you, I've got to believe in myself. Now, this is a very profound thing to say to people at this time of the day. But I want to say it because I care for you. Who's ready for this? Again, you might want to write this down. You are never going to go higher than the image you have of yourself. You are never going to go higher or further than the image of how you see yourself. You are never going to go higher than the image of how you see yourself. So how do you see yourself? I mean, I know this is deep, right? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as someone who's not quite good enough, doesn't quite fit in? That's how you see yourself. You see the I that is moving through your life. If you don't see yourself in a particularly positive light, you're going to find it very hard for you to believe in who you are. And if you don't believe in who you are, how much power do you think you're honestly going to have? Right? And by the way, just so you know, the way I like to determine or give another definition of what the word power actually means, it means action. So powerful people take action, but it's the type of action they take. If they're taking action in alignment with what they believe, can you not see that now is the time, more than any other time in your entire life, for you to believe in yourself like never before? For you to look at yourself in the mirror and admire the frame, rather than looking at yourself in the mirror and giving yourself a hard time. That's not using your power. When I like to talk about power, I talk about it in the most positive sense that I can. Everything you touch, you can make a difference to. The oldest form of healing, and healing is a form of power, was touch. People didn't have medicine thousands of years ago. You touch someone. By the way, you don't have to touch someone with your hands to touch someone. You can touch them with the spirit of who you are. So who are you? Wow, Pete, come on. It's Monday morning. Who are you? What are you here to do? What do you believe in? Really, what do you believe in? Do you believe in gratitude? Do you believe in honesty? Do you believe in integrity? Do you believe in growth? Do you believe in eating well? Do you believe in living well? Do you believe in the love of human beings? What do you believe? What is important to you? Big questions for a Monday morning. Well, where does your power come from? I bet most of your power comes from when you're doing things that you truly believe. And in many cases, you probably know, don't just serve you, they serve others. Listen, I'm not mucking about here. I love to have a laugh. I know what we do here has impacted people's lives like you wouldn't believe. So get ready for tomorrow, because we'll take this to a whole new level. You've got 11 days. If you haven't bought your ticket for the My365 Summit, you've got 11 days to get it. There is an offer at the moment where you can get 2 tickets and get 20% off. This event is going to be a massive game changer. What you are going to experience in this room on the 23rd of September 2017 will take everything to a whole new level. Why? Because it's not just me. You will hear from me, but in the flesh, which some of you have never heard me speak in the flesh before, and believe me, it is different. You're also going to be hearing from 2 incredible human beings. Dr. Rakowski, one of the top nutritionists in the world, one of the top people who will be sharing you the Magnificent 7, showing you how you can perform at your best on so many different levels by getting 7 key things in place. Those of you who know about the Magnificent 7, be prepared to take that to a whole new level. And then Patty Drobanowski, type into Google Patty Drobanowski. If you can't spell that, just put TED Talks, Patty, Imagination. She specializes in helping people draw where they are in their life and create a vision of where they're going, and to put the things in place to make that happen fast. And you're going to meet some incredible My365ers, people who have transformed their lives like you would not believe. Just before we finish, for those of you that don't know about the summit, tell us if you're coming. And also, just for people who will be maybe looking at this now, what have you achieved personally since you've been a part of the whole My365 experience? This is a day you really do not want to miss, as also tomorrow and the next day and the next day, as I continue to show up for you to tap into your personal power. So in summary, what have we discussed this morning? You, What do you believe in? When do you feel most powerful? When do you feel most alive? It's time. It doesn't matter where you are, how old you are, what age, religion, sex, background. What do you believe? Thank you so much for joining me today. I know that we're about to take this whole thing to a whole new level, as we are every single day, because we fundamentally believe this. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Yeah, last year's summit was incredible. This is our second summit, and we'd love to see you there. Click on the link in this post. Go and find out about it. Go and watch the video that talks about this event. It's only 34 days away until the summit. Guys, have an amazing day. Thank you for being here. And thank you for all of you showing up. You didn't have to be here this morning, but you know that this probably makes you feel more powerful for having watched this, and your life is better because of it. Let's get you really aligned to what you believe in so you can become someone who's even greater than you are today. Thank you so much. Have an amazing, amazing day. And we will see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Oh, let's just make a quick summary there. Hello, everybody on Instagram. Let's just share that. That will be up there all day. And we'll do a quick 20-second summary. Turn the camera around. No. Instagram. Here we go, hands-free. No. There we go. That's it. Turn the camera around. Now, are you ready? Let's go. This is day 1 on unleashing your power. What we've looked at today is really helping everyone start to begin to understand that your power comes from what you believe. It's time for us to believe in ourselves like never before. See you tomorrow, 7 a.m., Instagram and Facebook Live. Have a great day. Thank you for being here. Lots of love. What's your key learning? What have you taken away from today? Write it down. Think about it. Let's go to work.